for. We are not a sports book. We're not endorsed by any sports book. We're here for a lot of fun. We're a sports content company looking to talk sports. We do a lot of research. We talk sports betting and fantasy sports. So if you do like those topics, you've come to the right place. If you guys do need some help, there are places you can go, but we're here for entertainment and a lot of fun. So that's why we're here for Fumble Sports. Now to our rundown for today's show. We have a loaded show. What are we going to get into today? We have to go through our results from yesterday. We're going to kick off our July Celebrity Shot Contest. It is July 1st, so we have a contest. The first to get to 20 Celebrity Shot wins a free t-shirt. We'll get into that a little bit more in a little bit. We will rant about the NBA free agency kicking off yesterday and all the money that got spent. We'll go with Holy Shohei because Ohtani is of another level, and the countdown to the NFL kickoff is on now that we're in July officially. We'll answer your fantasy and sports betting questions as we always do with our on-screen research. We'll give out a ton of picks. I have picks of all kinds. If you guys probably can't see, but this is my. Oh, of course you can't because we're on the green screen. But I have a loaded cheat sheet of picks. I am so excited about the picks and research that we've done. Stolen bases, long ball, long shots of the day, first inning run scores, first five, totals, money lines, WNBA, player prop bets. We have it all, and I'm so excited to get into it with all of you guys today. And, of course, we have our daily trivia question, plus our UFC expert is joining us at 1 p.m. to go through the fight night tonight. Couple of fights, maybe you guys are interested, so we'll have our UFC analyst join us at 1 p.m. That's our rundown for today's show. So happy that all of you are with us. As I said, we'll kick off by looking at our results from yesterday. Overall, looking at our results, we'll get to how you guys did in just a moment, but 50-50 day, coin flip of a day, didn't do as well as we would really like. MLB games split, props were really on the even, WNBA 0 for 2, just wasn't a great day. Long ball, long shots of the day hit pretty well. Stealing and sharing, we went 1 for 5. You guys did well on your picks, really happy about that. So we go into July, up on the year. We're hitting at about 62 to 65% rate. Like to see that come a little bit up as we dive further into baseball season and can really focus on some of the analytics and trends, as you know Fumble Sports likes to focus on. Now, let's go to your celebrity shot picks from yesterday. First of all, Harley gave us a bit of a head fake and gave us a lax pick that actually goes off today. So our first celebrity shot pick is already on the board. He was so excited for the celebrity shot contest that he jumped in there. Mike went 2-0. Good job. Kyle Klein went 2-0. Well done. RJ 2-0. Top Dog 2-0. People were hitting yesterday up top, up front. Want to give a big shout out also to Caesar. Went 2-0. Nice job. Alvaro, first time, 1-0. Well played. Nice job there. Arctic Tiger went 1-2, but the big shout out goes to Arctic Tiger. He called the Josh Young home run. So big shout out to Arctic Tiger. Well done. Hope you join us in today's show, Arctic Tiger, so you can get your flowers. Well played. Well done. Good pick. Sammy J went 1-0. And Jorge, who couldn't make yesterday's show, did tweet us before the game started. You guys could tweet us at SportsFumble. That's at SportsFumble on Twitter. If you aren't able to watch the full show, or if there's a pick that you missed, if you watch the show on YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, and you want to get your pick in, as long as I see the tweet comes in before the game start, we'll add you to the contest. So, Jorge, you got in under the wire, and you went 2-0. So well done, everybody. Yeah, Jorge, I saw it. Don't worry, I got it in. Good job about that. Appreciate all of you guys doing the work yesterday. We'll slowly go through all of your celebrity shot records right here. So looking at some of the better ones we have on the board. Alvarez, 2-0, as I mentioned. Alvaro starting 1-0. Arctic Tiger, actually, that was his first time putting up a celebrity shot pick. So 1-1, but that one pretty strong. Caesar, 6-5, so got over the 50% win mark. Dante, 15-19. G-Clip, 7-2, really strong. Excited to see if you can come through in the month of July with a celebrity shot win. Jorge, 29 and 13, just fell short of 30. Shohei beat you in 13, just fell short of 30. Shohei beat you. Shohei beat you to 30, Jorge. Kyle Klein, now 3-1. LRK 425 is 16 and 12. Macy Toru 5-3. Mike Oxlong 22 and 12. RJ 5-1. Really strong, RJ. Nice job. Stephen Pock 2 and 7, while Show Me is 8 and 4. Tito's Full Send 16 and 15. Tony 2 and 4. Top Dog 25 and 16. Y.A. Tittle 4 and 2. And Zodwick is 11. Like I said, we have a brand new. If you guys want to join, you just put your celebrity shot picks in the comments section. What do we mean by that? Write in the comments section, my celebrity pick or my celebrity shot, then colon dash whatever your pick is. Otherwise, I might think it's research, so make sure you write in that distinction. We will put all of them up on the board. You can play along during the month of July. Make sure you join us throughout. Play along during the month of July. Make sure you join us throughout the entire month. Everyone gets 2 picks, and they can be chalky, but not to a ridiculous amount. Not as like a minus, but not to a ridiculous 100. Keep it to like minus 200, minus 300 at the most chalk. That said, we allow the chalk because sometimes chalk don't hit. So we're all about it this month. Everyone gets 2. If you go through the entire month, we'll get to 20. First one gets a free t-shirt from our website. Make sure you go to our website, buttfumblesports.com. Check out our store. You can check out all of our shirts, and you can find out which one is going to be the one that you're claiming after the month of July. That said, we have now gotten all through the Celebrity Shot Contest description, and we will clear out the Celebrity Shot picks from yesterday and every other pick from yesterday because it goes in the rearview mirror as we get to our work today, July 1st. So excited about today's show, if you can't tell, because we've got a lot going on. So, with that said, let's get into some research and some picks. You know how it's done. Hit the live confetti for a pick. Hit the likes. Every 2,000, we give out a long ball, long shot of the day. Deadpool, great to see you. Are you still doing NFL schedule over under Tuesday nights? Yes, we are. We just went through week 4. So Deadpool, make sure you go check it out on YouTube. Great to see you back. G-Clips, what's going? Great to see you in today's show. Harley, got ahead of the game. You're already in, locked and loaded for July Celebrity Shot Contest. Well done. Jorge, you're right. It's a loaded show. Hope you guys are excited about it. Doghouse Breaks, yo, what's going on? Get your celebrity shot picks in, everybody. First celebrity shot pick we're getting in is from Top Dog. Top Dog, what is up? Great to see you. Let's get you up on the board with the second celebrity shot, because Harley, little premature, but it doesn't matter. He had his eyes set on a good couple of plays from the World Lacrosse Championship. Harley, I love that we've become the worldwide sports community looking at the World Lacrosse Championships. But let's get Top Dog on the board. His first celebrity shot. Oh, he's got both of them already up there. Duana Bonner. Make sure I'm getting the name right. Yeah, Duana Bonner. And you are taking over 1.5 3-pointers. You're also taking the Dodgers on the money line. I like that, obviously. I'm not going to beat around the bush on that. I do like the Dodgers on the money line. As for Bonner on 3-pointers, the under, interesting. So let me know what sportsbook you're seeing it at, because right now I'm seeing it set at 2.5. Let us know if you want it at 2.5, because Top Dog, the 1.5, we're not seeing it as available, so let us know. By the way, so appreciate all of you guys following the channel, supporting the show. Hit that like button. Make sure you're following. Make sure you're subscribing, no matter the platform you're watching on. If you want to get your celebrity shot pick in, make sure you write it. Celebrity shot pick. I'm going to take it. I'm going to rip it off the board for now, Top Dog. Just let us know where you're seeing it. Want to make sure that we're getting that accurate. That said, Dodgers on the money line. I'm on board with that. I'm following along with that one. That is a pick that I have. I'll also give out another pick just because you're already touching on it. I'll take Dodgers first 5. Looking at that game really quick. Dodgers game, first 5 on the money line. They're playing the Kansas City Royals. And this is a Daniel Lynch game. Julio Urias going up against Daniel Lynch. And I say a Daniel Lynch game, he has a decent ERA, but that 1-3 record, I think it's a good opportunity for the Dodgers to hit him hard. There are a couple of hitters we're going to talk about later in the show coming out of this game, but I do like the Dodgers early in this one. Minus 225, so we do have to put our asterisks on it, our little... When you see this symbol throughout the show, it means the odds are minus 200 or further back, so we put it as a leg of a parlay. We're diving into everything now. Picks, your picks. Stephen Pock getting his celebrity shot picks up on the board. Stephen Pock, great to see you. By the way, if you're saying Bet360, we'll take it. If you're saying you saw it on Bet360, Bet365, I'll let you have it. DeWanna Bonner, over 1.5 3-pointers. I feel like that's a very strong play. We'll let you have it, top dog. Stephen Pock is taking the Reds on the money line. Interesting. And taking the Cardinals on the money line. Farika, wonderful to have you in the show. Good afternoon. Looking at the Reds and the Cardinals both on the money line. By the way, if you're seeing it at minus 165 there, that's a great play for you. I would jump on it. So the only thing that's interesting to me about this game, I'm not with you on this one about the Reds because Michael Wacha on the mound, he has been outstanding this year, pitched really well against the Reds earlier this year on the other side. Williamson, 5.82 ERA speaks for itself. So I'm on the other side. I like the San Diego Padres in this game. I know they have not been a good team to bet on overall, but I do like them in this game. But specifically, I would take the Padres on the first 5 run line, or first 5 money line rather. Padres first 5 money line. I think that's a good play because Michael Wacha. I don't have as much faith, obviously, in the Padres overall to win the game, especially with the hot streak that the Reds have been on. They score late. They're aggressive. They're at home. Last team up could easily hit a home run and walk off just like they did yesterday. But in the first 5, I do like the pitching matchup in favor of the Padres. So I'll go in that direction. So I'm not necessarily fading you, Steven, but when it comes to the first 5, I may be. Cardinals money line to look at that really quick. By the way, which game do you want? Cardinals, which game? Is it the first game? The first game would make sense. Severino going up against Jack Flaherty. I think the later game, it's Garrett Cole. So I'm not so crazy about going in that direction. Let us know which game you want on that. First game, brilliant. Let's get it up on the board to make sure everyone knows. That's the first game. Okay, Stephen Pock, you are on the board with your celebrity shot picks. Everybody gets 2. So if you guys want to be in our contest for the month of July, 1st to 20 correct picks wins a free t-shirt. Stephen Pock, you're welcome. So happy to have you in the show every single day. Once again, we have a lot to get into in today's show, so get your questions in now while you can, because we've got a loaded show ahead. Our UFC expert comes on at 1. We obviously have our daily trivia. We're going to get into some rants over the course of the show, so get your picks in, get your celebrity shot picks in, and get your questions in now. Shohei Ohtani, over half a walk, still available. That's an interesting play asked by Top Dog. Let's go look at it. Shohei Ohtani props. At this point, every day. We cashed on a long ball, long shot of the day by him yesterday. Just brilliant. What an unbelievable player he is. Walks. You could get it at plus 100. Very interesting given how frequent this is going off over the last few games. Ryan Nelson. I actually love this call. This is a great play by Top Dog. I'm going to take this one. This is going to be our first asterisk play because it's an in-show research play. So Shohei Ohtani over half a walk. I think that's an outstanding play. At even money, I think that's a really good play. First of all, you can see it's been consistent, but maybe more importantly, the reputation of Shohei Ohtani is now growing to astronomical heights. Shohei Ohtani may be the greatest baseball player to ever play the game. I've long thought that Willie Mays was the greatest baseball player of all time with his defense, offense, speed, arm, all of it. Shohei Ohtani is another stratospheric level above everybody else in the game. His home run yesterday went 493 feet. And he is one of the leading Cy Young candidates in baseball. This guy is Bo Jackson multiplied to the nth degree. Shohei Ohtani at this point, I cannot say enough about. I think we are watching greatness in the works. You are literally seeing the greatest baseball player ever. I know there are arguments about Michael Jordan versus LeBron James, and I know some people would say Babe Ruth, Hank Aaron, Mickey Mantle, and others, but Shohei Ohtani is proving with his arm, with his bat, he is of another level. And by the way, one of the leading stolen base statistic leaders for the Angels. So it's not just with the glove. It's not just with the arm. It's not just with the bat. He is truly a five-star player and doing it all, and not just an all-star level, at an award-winning level. He is the MVP. He could easily be the Cy Young. Shohei Ohtani, brilliance in the works. So now that I've praised him and gotten some gunk on my screen because it's probably too much love for Shohei Ohtani, but that said, let's look at what we can also take on him today. So I love the walks play. I can get over half a hit. I can't believe this is being available to us. So I know we got some dirt patches over here. But that's some lawnage right here. I know that's minus 275. I really like it. Now my only thing is, where am I on bases? Over 1.5 bases, I probably like even more. Hits, yes, I take it all. I'm genuinely all on board with Shohei Ohtani. So I'll take Shohei Ohtani over half a hit. I know you're at some point you're like, okay, you can't hit on all of these. Well, yeah, you can, because Shohei Ohtani is so consistently. And Shohei Ohtani, if I like him on over half a hit, over half a walk, I like Shohei Ohtani over 1.5 bases. Now, I won't necessarily hate on, I'm assuming it's going to be 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, right? And that's why I like how I've loaded up these three plays. Only one is a leg of a parlay, but Shohei Ohtani going up against Ryan Nelson, I'll take Shohei Ohtani every time. By the way, we have a trivia question actually related to Shohei Ohtani. So Shohei Ohtani had a massive month of July. So we'll have our trivia question around Shohei Ohtani's home runs in a little bit. So if you want to play some trivia with us, let us know. Write in the comments section, let's play some trivia, or let us know when you want to get to it. But we'll do that a little bit later in the show, depending on who wants to get to the trivia. Chris Roberts, you're asking about Glasnow and Bradish. Let's get into those two pitchers. You're asking about strikeouts on both of them. Let's start with Kyle Bradish. Set at 6.5. The under is the stronger implied probability, though over the last 4 games, it has been a consistent play. Interesting. Ks per 9 set at 8, just shy of 8.5. Now, Minnesota Twins are a high strikeout team. I know you're attuned to that. I know that's why you're asking about it. And the numbers, Vasquez has faced him 7 times in a high strikeout rate. Gallo, we expect the strikeouts from him. By the way, thank you, Joey Gallo, for hitting that home run yesterday. That was a cashing ticket for us. So only Carlos Correa with a hit. It happened to be a home run, something to maybe make note of, given the weather in that game is going to be friendly towards hitters. Just quickly looking at it, you can see home runs, the likelihood of them up 31% in that game. So Carlos Correa on a home run might not be a terrible play given his history against Kyle Bradish. But with that said, I understand why you're leaning towards the over. I would lean towards the over if I were taking it in any direction. I know it missed all but one game, but the Minnesota Twins are a high strikeout team. They put up a lot of offense yesterday. Can they duplicate it today? Potentially because of the weather. But Kyle Bradish, I could see the 6.5 hitting. I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to put it up on my board. Not the kind of trend-friendly play that we put up on our big board. But I understand why you're thinking about it. At plus 116, not a terrible play. So I'm not going to discourage you, Chris. Kind of an interesting play definitely I'm, doubling down on it, at least the thought of it, because of the Minnesota Twins being such a high strikeout team. Now, let's get to Tyler Glasnow. Glasnow has been kind of surprising to me. He's such a high strikeout pitcher that I always assume that it's going to kind of come back to the mean, and it hasn't. The under, it has been a strong play, but then he goes off for 12. So I want to lean towards the under once again, but he is a high strikeout pitcher. And to me, and we brought it up in his last start, it's always about his pitch count. Coming off of an injury, he's a high walk guy, he's a high strikeout guy. If teams make him work a little bit, you would expect Kevin Cash to pull him earlier in a game. So for that reason, can you really trust an overplay in this one? 8.5. The trend suggests that the under's the better play. I know if our man LRK425 is in the comments section, he'll probably be speaking towards the over, given that the Seattle Mariners he believes have a high strikeout rate. Let's look at their history against Tyler Glasnow over here. Teoscar Hernandez, really good numbers against him. Colton Wong, 2 for 3. Crawford, 1 for 2. So, and the strikeout rate is high for Mike Ford. Maybe you want to see if they actually play him today. I'd be curious to know if the Seattle Mariners bench him. He does have a home run, so you might get a couple strikeouts out of him. I lean towards the under on this. 8.5 feels a little high. If we look at it on the road, he hasn't hit over 8.5 on the road. That's both this year, coming back from injury, and the last time we saw him late in 2022. So for me, I lean towards the under at minus 150. I know that's probably not what you wanted, Chris. I know you were looking to kind of parlay those two together, but I lean towards the under. I'm not crazy about it, to be honest. Probably still not one I'd put up on my board. I just feel like this is kind of a trap play. The Mariners could easily strike out 9 times in this game. Tyler Glasnow could be pulled after only getting 7. Just don't have a strong conviction behind it, even though the trends suggest the under. So for those that are playing along at home, the under is the better play. I'm just not putting it up on my board. Tim, thank you so much for sharing the channel, Tim. For all of those out there, every time you share the channel, we give out a player we think is going to get a stolen base. So thank you so much for sharing the channel. Appreciate you putting that out there, because now we can give out one of our favorite stolen base plays of the day. And the first one that we're going to give out is going to be, no surprise here, Elly De La Cruz. Elly De La Cruz has a good matchup when it comes to a stolen base opportunity. And this is our opportunity to highlight Elly De La Cruz. And every time we do, it is sponsored by the Braxton Brewery, the best brewery that Cincinnati could possibly go to. So, Elly De La Cruz, stolen base, over half a stolen base, 24% implied probability, really strong. I like Elly De La Cruz over half a stolen base today, and the reason I like it is Michael Wacha, baby. Michael Wacha is a stolen base allowing machine. Love the opportunity to take Elly De La Cruz at plus 309 to get a stolen base today. Abso-frickin-lutely. That is a great play at plus 309. So, love it. Elly De La Cruz. Of course, if we think he's going to get a stolen base, he's got to get on base. I do like the opportunity to get him on over half a hit against Michael Wacha. You're not going to get that with over 1.5 bases. Over 1.5 bases isn't a strong play. He'll probably get it, but I'm not going to take it. It's over half a hit for me. It is a chalk play at minus 239, but if he gets a single and a stolen base, you are well into the money. So, going to put this one up on the board as well. That is Elly De La Cruz over half a hit. And it is a leg of a parlay, so we put those logos next to it. Again, Braxton Brewery, the best brewery in Cincinnati. If you guys are in the Cincinnati area, check out Braxton Brewery. It is outstanding beer and a great experience for all those who are in the area. So happy to have great Reds fans join us every single day, and so happy to have Reds baseball back at the top of the conversation. So wonderful. For all those that are new to the show, if you guys hit the like button and get us up to 2,000 likes, we'll give out a long ball long shot of the day. If you guys share the channel, we'll give out a stolen base play of the day. And, of course, we have our celebrity shot contest. And I can see Sammy J is getting involved Anthony Rizzo, over half a hit. Let's get Sammy J up on the board. That's Anthony Rizzo, over half a hit. Now, I'm expecting this to be a bit of a chalk play. Let's look at it. Anthony Rizzo, over half a hit, 66% implied probability, and it isn't a chalk play. FanDuel's offering this at minus 195, so you are in. And he's actually come on strong. I think a lot of the struggles he was having a few weeks ago were all related to that neck injury that he suffered. He was not right. He really should have gone on the IL. They should have given him some time, but with Judge's injury, they just couldn't afford it. They needed all hands on deck. So he came back, and I don't think he was right. I think he's figured it out now. He's playing much better. He's hitting much better. And you just saw the offense come alive over the last few days. He has a matchup against Jack Flaherty. By the way, want to make sure we're clarifying. Sammy J, I'm looking at this for game one. There are two games because Friday night's game was rained out between the Yankees and the Cardinals. So I'm making the assumption you're talking about game one. He has great numbers, and that's why I'm making that assumption. He absolutely owns Jack Flaherty. 500 average, 3 home runs. We are all on board with this one. So this is a great call. By the way, if we're looking at the weather for that Yankee game, likelihood of home runs is up, even though the likelihood of overall runs and extra base hits is down. So wouldn't be surprised if we see Anthony Rizzo go yard today. I'm not going to put that one up on my long ball, long shots of the day. I'm not taking him. I do have another player. Once we get up to 2,000 likes, I'll drop that first player that I actually think is going to hit a home run in that game. But that said, Anthony Rizzo, over half a hit. I'm going to tail you on that one, Sammy J. Didn't have it prior to the show. Anthony Rizzo, over half a hit. And it's not a chalk play. I might double down on this one, given that he has such good numbers against Jack Flaherty. Over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. As you can see, he's come on strong over the last 2 games. I like this one as well. I'm going to jump on board with it, doubling down on Anthony Rizzo today, over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs as well. If you have a celebrity shot, make sure you get it in. We are already a half hour into our show. Eric, thank you so much for following the show. Wonderful to have you as a part of the community. Dame has requested a trade. Interesting. If I'm the Portland Trailblazers, I wouldn't give him up. I think this is a classic situation of management versus labor, where you sign the contract. If you're management, why would you let him go? It would have to be an outstanding package of assets. I know they're talking to the Philadelphia 76ers about Maxey, maybe Maxey plus picks, but even there, I just don't see why they'd want to let him go. I understand Dame wants out, but Dame has made a lot of claims that he wants to stay in Portland. I think the Portland Trailblazers have really bought into that. I also think Chauncey Billups is in a brutal situation. I wanted Chauncey Billups to go to a better place. I wish Billups had really gone to Detroit a couple of years ago. Detroit's building. If they had given him like a 4 or 5 year contract, let him build out that team. I also would have loved to see Chauncey back in Detroit. I felt like that was the perfect marriage. I didn't really like him with Portland. I thought they were doing it to appease Dame, and now we're exactly at the position we thought we were, which is Dame wants out, and Chauncey Billups is left as the guy who's going to be the scapegoat, who's going to get fired, and he's going to be stained with his first coaching job being a failure. And that's really not fair to him, because Portland has really never had an opportunity with him at the helm so far. So, quick thought on the Portland Trailblazers and Dame Lillard asking for a trade. That said, Sammy J, yes, was the answer to Game 1. We also have another celebrity shot pick that has just come in. That is from G Clips. And G Clips, you are taking Jordan Walker. You are taking Jordan Walker over half a hit. By the way, people aren't talking enough about Jordan Walker as a Rookie of the Year candidate. I understand that Ellie De La Cruz is out of this world sensational, but Jordan Walker has actually been one of the best hitters not just for the Cardinals, but he's been one of the best hitters in baseball so far this year. I know he was sent down at one point in the year, but I felt like that was more because the Cardinals are trying to own him longer with his, clock, his playing time clock. So it's not because of him. You look at these numbers, everybody, say it with me. When we see this much green on a trend, what do we call this? We call it a lawn, everybody. We call it a lawn. This is some lawnage right here. This is a ton of green. So going with Jordan Walker over half a hit, really strong play. G-Clips, how chalky did you get with this one? Let's look at it. Over half a hit, only minus 230. Not as chalky as it could have been. I'm going to ride with it as well, at least in the first game. I'm assuming this is the first game, so we'll put that there as well. First game. Jordan Walker against Severino. I think that's a good matchup. If it's Garrett Cole in game 2, not so much. But Jordan Walker over half a hit. And again, that's in the first game. And we will make that a leg of a parlay play because it's so chalky. But if you guys want to be in our Celebrity Shot contest, 1st to 20 over the month of July wins a free t-shirt. You can take chalky plays between minus 200, minus 300. We'll allow that. Still some risk there. Chris Roberts, dude is a stud. I live in St. Louis and he doesn't give at-bats away. I think he's fantastic. I think so highly of Jordan Walker, he's not getting nearly enough attention. 1, because he got sent down earlier in the year, and 2, because the Cardinals are not having as good a season. But that said, Jordan Walker is a star in the making. He's going to be an all-star many years to come, or for many years. I know he's not getting enough attention now, but mark my words, Jordan Walker is a stud. By the way, LGP Elite, great to see you. So wonderful to have you back in the show. Tyler, you're saying I got a bad echo. Is anyone else hearing a bad echo, everybody? Let us know if you're hearing a bad echo. They sent him down to work on his launch angle. Very interesting. Very interesting. By the way, guys, let us know if you guys are also getting a bad echo. Okay, G-Clips is saying no. Our producer is saying no. So Tyler, might be you, but sorry about that. Hope it all. Maybe there's some hearing there, but hope it all goes well. Maybe you went to a concert yesterday. By the way, Chris Roberts, we're going to dive into. I have a rant about the NBA free agency a little bit later that we'll get into. But the dollars have been flying. It has been unbelievable how much money has been spent. Stupid economics. Just crazy, stupid, and yet the TV contract suggests that the players are being paid appropriately according to the amount of money that these teams are going to be making. So it's a good time to be an NBA player, and if you're raising NBA players, now's a good time to make them into a shooter. Tyler asked about Lindor, Marte, and Vlad Guerrero Jr. all on over bases. We'll dive into that. For all of those who want to get some of my picks, make sure you hit that confetti. The live goal of confetti I'll give out some of my picks. Every time we hit 2,000 likes, we will give out a long ball, long shot of the day. So we have a ton to get to, but we're also going to continue to do our research. So let's quickly rip through some total base plays. And the reason I'm actually very happy to dive into these is there are a number of these that I really like. We'll start with Ketel Marte. Love this play. Over 1.5, not a good play there, but I would love to take him on either over half a hit, not available. Hits, runs, and RBIs, 1.5. That's a really strong play. 8 out of the last 10. And against Tyler Anderson, I think this is why you probably brought it up. Ketel Marte, outstanding numbers. 440 with two home runs in 25 at-bats. Rarely do you see a sample size of that large that actually produces trends. Everything about this, by the way, over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, minus 155. Could easily see him getting 2 hits today. Over 1.5 bases, I'm not going to discourage. I think it's actually probably a good play. So if you're doing it in a parlay, I absolutely encourage it. Won't be what I put on my board. I like the over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs more. That's what I prefer. That's what I had prior to the show. But I can completely understand if you want the total bases. Think that one's a really strong one, Tyler. So definitely something to consider. Now, you also brought up Vlad Guerrero Jr. He didn't have the day I expected yesterday against James Paxton. James Paxton had an outstanding start. By the way, Red Sox, trade James Paxton right now. His value is at its peak. Trade him right now. So anyways, since you're going nowhere. So anyways, Vlad Guerrero Jr., over 1.5 bases. The implied probability, same odds, same suggested implied probability on the over and the under. The odds are about the same as well, minus 114, minus 115. But if we take it on over 1.5 hits, nope. 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, it's set at 2.5. So really, the only plays here, let's look at RBIs. Over half an RBI is set at 45%. That's actually really high. Usually that's set, closer to 25, 30%. So for that to be at 45% is actually a really favorable play. Let's also look at over half a run. That's at 51%. Again, that's pretty good. They're telling you they want you to not take the 2.5, but there's a lot of reasons to like Vlad Guerrero Jr. Over 1.5 bases is probably the best play. It is the one I'd probably put up on my board. So with that said, I will ride on it. Vlad Guerrero Jr., it's an in-show research play. I'll take the over over 1.5 bases. By the way, how many of you guys play Immaculate Grid? How many of you guys on Twitter play Immaculate Grid? I am totally hooked on that. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you guys should check it out, Immaculate Grid. LGP Elite, I actually put a rant out yesterday about the layoffs at ESPN. Really sad. As someone who's been in sports media for over 15 years, who knows people at ESPN, it's just sad, but it's also a statement about where sports media is as an industry. So much money was spent on the wrong things. A lot of money was spent on on-air talent. That usually comes back. The tide rolls back on that. Usually contracts, they want to get out from them. You think of sports. You sign someone when they're in their prime or when you're flush with money to maybe a longer-term deal, and then at a certain point you go, we're not getting the value out of this person. We want to go younger, or we want to be more diverse, or we just want to get out of the contract just from an economic standpoint. So I understand why Disney, ESPN did it. I understand the economics of it. I'm not naive to that, but it's really sad. ESPN is a great company. I can speak from experience having been there. ESPN is a great company. Disney is a great company. It was wonderful to work for them. There are great people there. It's just people who are passionate about what they do, sports media industry, sports as a whole. So it's a wonderful place to be. But unfortunately, it is an army. And there are times where the privates, colonels, even generals, they go away. And it's really sad, but it is a part of kind of the cyclical nature of those companies. So Fox, Turner, ESPN, that's what happens. And what's great is now we have outlets like Fumble Sports and other places, podcasts, online shows where you're going to see these on-air talent. They don't go away. It's not like they get retired. They get put out to pasture. So I actually am happy to see a number of these people kind of freed from some of what they used to do, because I actually think a number of these people are more dynamic than what you see, and I can't wait to see what they ultimately come up with in their second lives. That said, a lot of people were showing Pat McAfee some hate yesterday. I don't know why. He has built himself an incredible audience, an incredible following, and it has value. ESPN would be stupid not to see that value. They're cashing out anchors, on-air talent that come in to do segments for someone who has a built-in audience and drives ratings. If you don't think that's a good play, you clearly don't understand the business of sports media, and we're having a separate conversation. You may not like him versus other on-air talent, but the business of sports media suggests ESPN made the right exchange in those moves. So Shohei Ohtani is absolutely on a heater, Jorge. I also want to make sure we do note Luis Robert is cooking right now. Luis Robert is on fire. And it's not just, again, with both of them, it's not just hits. It is home runs. So can we get him on over anything? 1.5 total hits, not a good play, but not where we would be looking. Over 1.5 bases has the better implied probability. You can see he's on one. Now, Muller is the starting pitcher, a left-handed starting pitcher with an ERA of 8.04. Yes. And by the way, I will take him on a home run. So I know, where are we with the likes? Let us know where we're at with the likes. By the way, for those on YouTube, I'll get to a lot of your questions in a moment. I'm not going to take Vlad Guerrero Jr. on a home run. I got burned on it yesterday, but I will take Luis Robert Jr. on a home run. I will also take him on over 1.5 bases at minus 115. And if you want to look towards another opportunity, if you can get 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, you can't. The sports books are getting smarter. There are only 2 sports books that offer hits, runs, and RBIs, DraftKings and BetMGM. BetMGM and DraftKings. And they're getting smarter. They're setting it at 2.5. They understand that some of these players, when they get on a cooker, you don't want to be on the other side of the 1.5 hits, runs, and RBI bets. So, with that said, we have another celebrity shot to throw up on the board. And that is coming in from Tyler. Everybody, make sure you're a part of our celebrity shot contest. In the month of July, everyone puts in their celebrity shot picks. You get 2 every single day. You get 2 every day. The first one to 20 gets a free t-shirt. Make sure you go to our website and check out which t-shirt you want. Tyler is taking Francisco Lindor over 1.5 bases. And he's also, this is an interesting one, Martin Maldonado, you're taking over 1/2 base. Very interesting. Clearly, Tyler's done his research over hits, runs, and RBIs. Sorry. Hits plus runs plus RBIs. Clearly doing his research on that. Let's look at Lindor quickly. I know that was another part of your question earlier. I was getting to it. Francisco Lindor, bases, 1.5. The over doesn't have the strong implied probability, but Tyler's riding with it. You can't get over 1/2 a hit. Hits, runs, RBIs, 2.5. By the way, the weather in that game, just quickly looking at the weather across baseball, that Mets game, down when it comes to runs. There is a chance of home runs with the wind blowing out to left center. Just wanted to show that. Tyler, I gotcha. Hope everything's okay, Tyler. Hope everything's okay. Appreciate all of those being with us. If you have a celebrity shot pick that you want to get up on the big board, let us know. Just write in the comment section, my celebrity shot or my celebrity pick, and we will throw it up on the big board.